Hello my fellow beanies, this is Rare Bandit coming at you with a strange video. Welcome to Beans Talk, the place when we talk about weird things, strange things, interesting things. Anyway, let's dive right into it. Sorry, my throat got a little itchy there, it got a little irritated, and yes, well, I want to talk about something. I was at McDonald's the other day to get myself a nutritious meal, a Big Mac, because I'm a big boy, right? So I need a Big Mac to fuel my big hunger. So I stride right into my McDonald's, my local McDonald's. It's not my McDonald's, it's owned by someone else. You know, I'm not rich enough to have a meal. So I stride right into my local McDonald's and I go to the counter and I'm like, please, can I have a Big Mac with a medium fry and a medium Coke? And they were like, for sure. So the transaction occurs, I get my number and I wait for my meal to be processed. I wait a few minutes and all of a sudden, the food appears on the tray. So I grab the tray with the wonderful food on it and I walk over to the dispenser to get my fountain Coke. Now you'd think everything is fine, everything is dandy, but all of a sudden, something happens. Something that is against nature, against the laws of reality. Sorry, that was really abrupt. I do not have any respiratory issues that I know of, so just ignore the coughing. So I traverse to the fountain machine to get my beverage. I get my medium-sized cup, and I put it underneath the ice dispenser to get my ice cubes. And guess what happened? They were not ice cubes, they were ice chunks. What does a man have to do to get a cube in his life? I want a cube, an ice cube, not a deformed little chunk of ice. So yes, that's very traumatic for me. What an experience to have my drink with cubes in it. Ice cubes. You're probably wondering why a cube. I'm going to say it once, but not twice. Cubes have personality and character because of the corners and edges that they provide. When you think about a circle, for example, a circle doesn't have any personality. It's just this smooth shape with no edges and corners, which is unfortunate. But anyway, that is why I like cubes. Now, one could say I'm being a bit fussy because technically these chunks of ice have corners and edges on them. And I tend to agree with you, but honestly, there's something quite comforting with having some ice cubes in your cup. Sorry about the voice crack, I am well over the ages to be having one of those, so that is quite unfortunate that my voice did that. But reverting back to the conversation, yes, ice cubes, there's just something about them that really, really brings me back to my childhood. An ice cube, you know, you go to the shop and you get a bunch of ice cubes. And now it's lazy, they're just chopping and smashing up pieces of ice into random shapes, and it makes me quite angry. Now I guess it's a bit more efficient freezing some water down and then smashing it up versus pouring the water in a tray and letting it freeze. I guess the smashing and violence is more efficient. Now, if I was to have to spread some information, some wisdom down to the generations, all I'd have to say is go that extra mile of perfection rather than taking that short path. Yes, take some dedication in your work, just like how, well, an ice cube should be. It should be a cube. And no one's going to change that perception of mine. Let ice cubes be ice cubes. Sorry about the raw emotion that I poured into this video. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of little rant I've had. I should honestly, start a TED Talk or something about ice cubes. But honestly, if you've been here since the very beginning of the video and you're here now, I really appreciate you. And I'll see you in another episode of Beans Talk.